It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
Okay, Sarah has a question. She says, if saving 25% of her income towards retirement, so she's maxing out her Roth IRA, not maxing out 401k, she said, but what does the next step look like? She's got to that 25%. Mm-hmm. Should it be sinking funds? Should it be something else? What do you think?
So 25%, where we think that happens for most folks, is at step 7 of the financial order of operations. Again, if you're not familiar with this, go to moneyguy.com/resource. We have a free deliverable. If you want to know more about it and do a deep dive, we actually have an entire course, curriculum we put together. You can go to learn.moneyguy.com to dive into that. Step 7 is normally where people hit hyperaccumulation. It's where they get to that 25% savings mode and they start thinking about their multiple buckets and that sort of thing. And so her question, I think you said Sarah, right?
Yes.
Is what happens next? What happens after that? This is where it's fun. Frankly, fun is what happens next because you get to begin making decisions not based on what you have to do or what you should do, but what you want to do. A lot of folks reach out and say, hey, I'm saving 25% and I want to prepay my mortgage at 2.5%. And I grimace and I say, okay, great.
But if that's what you want to do.
If that's what you want to, if your goal is to be debt free, if your goal is to get rid of that debt, by all means, go forth with that because saving 25% is what you should be doing if you want to have like a normal retirement on a normal retirement timeline. But perhaps you're saving 25%. You say, I still have more money. Great. Do you actually want to retire at the normal timeline, like 60, 65? Or maybe you want to retire at 55, at 50, maybe even in your 40s. There's some other things that you have to think about that go with that decision. But that additional funding, those additional excess savings capabilities, might need to bump that from a 25% savings rate to a 40% savings rate. You get to really start answering the why question once you're at 25%. From 0 to 25%, I think we're answering the what question. What do I do next? 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 At 25%, you get to start answering the why question. Why am I doing these things? Why do I want this? Why do I want to continue moving in this direction? And when the whys start replacing the whats, that's when your great big beautiful tomorrow shows up. That's when you get to start thinking about those things. So for some people, it's additional savings. For some people, it's prepaying low interest debt or prepaying future expenses or knocking out low interest debt. Maybe it's saving for college. Maybe it's helping children. Maybe it's helping grandchildren. Or maybe it's consumption. Maybe we have one client, and this guy, I love when I talk to him. He likes nice cars. Like his I don't want to say vice because vice has a negative connotation. He just loves nice cars, but he always is like he's like, hey guys, I'm nervous. And we're like, dude, do it. You can afford it. You're doing everything right, everything you're supposed to be doing. If you want to go buy a nice car, or if you're someone who wants to, maybe you're someone like Brian Preston. You want to be able to take your daughter to Paris, and you want to go do a big trip, and you want to do, by all means, if you're checking all the other boxes, go do that. We only get one chance at this life, so we have to balance saving for the future, but also living presently in today and enjoying every moment.
Well said. So yeah, if you're hitting that 25% consistently, that is when like you kind of get to make some of these choices and have some discretionary actions next. So honestly, great job getting to the 25%. So thanks so much for that question too, Sarah.